Welcome back to the Frankencast. It's your host, Hayden Green, the Director of Multicultural Affairs here at Manhattan College. We've got a really big show today, and I want to get right to it. We're going to hear stories about growing up gay and Catholic and Puerto Rican. We'll listen in on some of the conversations at Pizza and Domino's, but not Domino's Pizza. It's a program that we have every Friday here at the Multicultural Center. We'll talk to Rabia about her halo, but first we'll get into Alec doing an interview in the residence hall about one of his favorite freshman friends. Listen in. It's the Frankencast.
We previously had a conversation, actually. This is the second recording. We had one in 509 with the boys. And then we had a cute little segue, and now we're having Jake Holland on the Frankencast.
Hi, everyone.
Jake Holland, he's the man. What does Jake Holland not do? I mean, he's a singer, cook. I mean, he's an all-around great guy. So give us your name, year, like, what are some cool things about you?
You already introduced me. I'm Jake Holland, freshman, Manhattan College. Basically, the one thing I can't do is draw. I can't draw. Sorry. Accents are melting. I can't draw at all for anything.
Yeah, but you're a singer, actor.
I'm a singer, actor. I can cook, clean, do my own laundry.
I mean, that's important.
I self-sustain.
Self-sustain, that's important. Being independent, man.
Being
that's what
independent,
it's all.
I get it.
That's so college right there.
So college.
But we're on the multicultural conversation within dorm life.
Absolutely.
We're in Lee Hall. You're actually on my floor. It's a pretty cool floor, I'd like to say. I'd say a lot of cool shit happens.
Yeah.
Most definitely, it's one of the louder arches floor. But overall, I think that we're a good group of guys and gals.
Yeah, I really like
everything in between.
Here. Yeah.
But yeah, so I remember actually not too long ago, you actually had two of these. We had some pasta nights.
Yes, we had pasta nights. Yes.
So give me the lowdown. Like, why did you? And you're pretty much the main organizer of this thing,
of course.
Right?
Basically what it came down to was I knew I could cook pasta sauce, family recipe, and I just wanted to get that out to everyone, show everyone my ability to cook, show everyone, a little taste of what I grew up on, what my culture was growing up.
All right, so are you Italian then?
Yes, I am Italian.
Are you really? So what part of your family is Italian?
My mom's side is completely Italian, and my dad's side is half Italian.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
So what was that like? What was the turnout?
Oh, gosh. Well, the turnout for the pasta night itself, everyone came in from our floor, even some people from other floors came in, tasted it, got a lot of great feedback. Everyone said they really enjoyed the sauce, which was a blessing to hear. I never want to leave anyone hungry or with a bad taste in my mouth, so that was very nice. Yeah, growing up in an Italian household, my mom always told me, if you're ever going to have people over, you got to feed them, got to make sure the food's good, got to make sure everyone leaves full, no one leaves hungry. So I definitely wanted to let that carry over into my college experience.
I like that a lot. So what was it? This isn't the only event that you organized either.
No, we also had fight night. The big McGregor-Mayweather fight a couple weeks ago, we got everyone in. We paid for the pay-per-view. We asked for small donations to pay back that pay-per-view. And everyone came out, had a good time. We had the entire fifth floor common room filled, absolutely filled. There was no room to walk. It was crazy. But yeah, just getting people together like that, having a good time, I feel like that's really what it's about in college, and that's really what I came here to do. So I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'd like to say that you pretty much brought a lot of people together already. I was there at both one pasta night and pay-per-view. Both events were really fun.
Yeah.
And when Jake says that the whole floor came out, he is not kidding. These rooms, like this cooking room that we're in right now, like it was packed. The game room was packed. I mean, what was it? You even had enough money in fight night to even get some pizzas for everyone.
Yeah, we ordered some pizzas for everyone. That was really nice. I was glad to be able to give back because I wasn't trying to make any money off the night. Like you said, I just wanted to bring everyone together and make sure everyone was enjoying themselves.
And that's exactly what dorm life is about, right? It's just bringing people together and showing different perspectives on things. Honestly, I've never even seen a full fight night up until that night. And it was just really cool just to see the spirit of other people. And even this kind of, we were having pasta night, it's just a matter that other people were talking about, home foods that they have in their own homes. And now it's just an overall great experience just to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a nice vibe going, playing some music. I just wanted to make sure everyone was comfortable. I really wanted to do as much as I could do as possible to bring the floor as close together as quickly as we could. Because I wanted everyone to be like a family on this floor.
Yeah, and you were actually, so you say that half your family is Italian. How else do you guys, partake in that Italian culture?
Oh my gosh. So every Christmas we have a big meal with a lot of seafood. That's a big thing in Italian culture.
Right.
You do seafood on Christmas. So we have a big, it's got to be like a 5-course meal of seafood. And it goes all night till midnight. And then we open presents. And that's a really big thing for us, getting the whole family together that one night and, eating, enjoying ourselves, opening presents, and just sharing the love. that's a really big part of Italian culture, just being with your family and sharing the love.
How much of your family comes by?
My entire mom's side of the family comes by.
Wow, yeah. So it's like a packed house?
Yeah, it's a packed house.
Party. It's a party.
It really is a party.
You can actually see some parallels. I'm Puerto Rican, and we actually have a very similar thing. Now, obviously, since most of our family's in Puerto Rico, it's a little bit difficult to have everybody over, but like it's always a fun time to have everyone come over.
Yeah.
You know, friends and family. And,
Absolutely,
we have somewhat of a similar night. There's a lot of food, but it's not as organized. It's mostly just a bunch of dancing, singing, and you take out the instruments pretty regularly. So.
That's great. Yeah, no, a lot of games on Italian night.
Oh, I like that. A
little bit of singing, yeah.
So what's the best game then?
The big game right now for my family is Bananagrams, and it's kind of like Scrabble without like a board. So you basically try to make as many words as you can. They get little tiles, and you try to make as many words as you can branching off of each other, like from the tiles. And then you get this big layout, and then whoever like at the end of using all of the pieces, whoever has like the most like real words made wins.
Really? I like that. So
it's very competitive.
It's very competitive?
Very competitive. Very heated.
At our house, we always play, now this is funny, but we play Indiana Jones Game of Life. So it's a Game of Life knockoff for Indiana Jones. Okay. Most definitely was not play tested. There's just a random like adventure card that just says the game ends. So that's how the game ends.
Awesome.
So we would actually play it every year, and we would hold off up until that point in the year. So we would have,
that's so cool.
If you like got like, you know, bamboozled, if you got swindled over at the last second, you would hold a grudge for the entire year up until then. We get very competitive, so I think there's some similarities there.
Yeah, I feel that. Very competitive. We still harbor some resentments against some cousins and aunts for kicking some ass in Bananagrams. So yeah.
I like it. So we'll kind of bring this up to sort of like a wrap. I kind of wanted to ask, what are some things that on campus that you're doing? Like any sort of extracurriculars?
Oh yeah, of course. Right now, the biggest thing, I was accepted into the Manhattan College a cappella group called the Manhattones.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And that's something that's really fun. You know, we everyone in that group got really close very quickly, and it's just a good time. We go out, we sing a cappella, and it's really fun. We're learning songs. We're gonna have a concert, I believe, on December 10th.
December 10th.
Yes, along with the singers. So it's going to be a big event there. Going to have a lot of fun. I'm also doing the cabaret this year. And the cabaret is a very interesting thing. I didn't know what it was until this year myself. And basically, it's just a collection of songs based around a theme that tell a story.
All right.
And that's all it is. And that's very nice. I also am doing that. I'm also part of the Italian club on campus. So, you know, we have events, monthly events, and we just do cool stuff, mostly food, obviously. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I think that's it for now.
Well, that must keep you busy, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
of course.
It's always really good to keep yourself busy, and plus with that Italian club, I'm sure that the Multicultural Center will have some crossover events.
Of
multicultural stuff. I mean, we're all together.
Yeah,
we're all one big happy family. But yeah, mark your calendars for December 10th. I'm sure that's going to be a really fun time.
Thank you.
Most of there's a whole bunch of events that are coming up. But I'm sure that, you know, all these different clubs will keep you posted. Keep your eyes open for those posters. They're always a pro.
Oh, yes.
They're everywhere.
Great.
They're everywhere, but always just like them.
So funny.
But other stuff that's happening on dorm life, we're having, in this month of Halloween, we're having Halloween nights.
Yes.
There's several different movie events that are going on, being hosted by both our RAs, RA Brian and Sydney. Mostly Sydney and Aaron, actually, not Brian. But those are really cool. Come out to those. It's in Lee Hall in 5th floor game room.
Yes, 5th floor game room.
But those are a really cool time. If you go to any sort of the residential halls, you'll probably see these posters. They're everywhere. They're even in the stairwells. So overall, I wanted to thank Jake for coming out to the show.
It was a pleasure.
I mean,
Absolutely.
this man's he's the man, all right?
Really
if y'all
that.
see Jake Holland, like, you know, you're gonna be able to see him. He's just a really great guy.
Thank you.
And, you know, make sure you have a conversation with him because, man, he's a total package.
It's a pleasure being here. Same to Alex, everything he said about me. Same to him. Great guy, seriously, all around. It was a lot of fun being here. Would love to do it again anytime.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much.
Of course.
It's up to a wrap. And as always, bye-bye.
Alec is a freshman that lives on campus. We really love the work that he's been doing. He's also part of the events board, and if you want to join the events board, come out on Wednesdays at 12 noon at the Multicultural Center. We teach you all there is to know about planning events, and then you get to turn around and plan events on campus. Here at the Multicultural Center, we also have another event that we love, and it's on Fridays. We play dominoes. We love dominoes. But the Multicultural Center has all kinds of different games: dominoes, chess, checkers, Connect 4. We have the largest Scrabble board on campus. It's 6 feet tall. And the conversation during those Friday afternoons are awesome. And this week, we're going to listen in a little bit as we talk a little bit about multiculturalism. So the first question that I have for you is, what do you think, in your opinion, is the benefit of going to a college with a bunch of different identities? What's the benefit for you?
You get to meet different types of people.
So you get to meet different types of people?
Every culture has different perspectives.
Well, why is that important?
Well, to have a unique, say life, to make this really easy, to have a more unique experience, especially in college, it's a really important time.
Okay.
You want to learn other perspectives. You might change your own.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who else? Anybody else have an opinion?
No, different identities.
What about different identities?
You learn different cultures. What about them? Other than your own.
So you learn from or you learn about?
Learn both.
Hold on, say that again for me.
It's boring to be in a place where everyone's the same.
It's boring to be in a place where everybody is the same. But a lot of the times we come from neighborhoods that are all the same, right? Like, is your neighborhood boring?
Sometimes, but you can always go out of it, and that's why it's nice to have different people and different cultures.
Gotcha. What do you think?
I think it's a benefit because, like everybody said, you learn something about everybody, I guess, and you may like that. You may want to go outside your comfort zone sometimes and learn new things. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else want to say anything?
Yeah, it's kind of like a giant information exchange. Like, I learned something new about a culture that I didn't grow up around. You know something about me. Like, you may mention like a food, even if it's by like accident. You mention something that you do and only you do because it's in your culture. And I'm like, wow, what about that? And then you go on explaining it, so you get new information just being surrounded by people with different identities.
That's true.
Yep.
Because when there's different people, that's how you advance, like society and everything.
Yeah.
Because if everyone was the same, there'd be no changes.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Ms. Rose?
For me, I think that at its very core, college is about getting an education, and so much of getting educated it takes place outside of the classroom. Like that, yeah, you come here, you pay for classes, you pick a major so you can get a job after you graduate college. But so much of your education comes from socializing with other people, and you can get so educated by learning about people who are not the same as you. There's only so much you can learn from somebody who's just like you.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. You guys enjoying the pizza? Yes. What about the Domino's? Yes. All right. Okay. The great thing about pizza and Domino's is that we start with one set of students, and by the time the event is over, we have a whole different set of students. So, came back outside and asked some more questions. All right, so here's another question. What's the best part of the Multicultural Center? Me?
You didn't got the pizza.
You're way too kind.
I'll say the different topics.
So the topics?
Yeah, it's like you guys I like the fact that you got an event. Like y'all always have different topics to be discussed. I love that.
All right, cool. What else? Anybody else?
I like the fact there's a lot of events here and a lot of people. So you actually have a place to hang out and there's always something going on. Okay. And food. There's always food.
This is my first time here, and I like all the games.
This is your first time here? Y'all took long enough to bring her here.
Actually, I just met her the other day.
Same. Okay.
I actually did.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened?
I like it here because we just come here and meet people, and then it makes it more of a friendly environment for us because most of us are just.
Who's the best person that you've met here? Everybody's looking around like,
Yeah.
okay.
You had an orientation.
You met him at orientation?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
You want to know how?
How?
Basically,
Oh, this is the funniest story.
yeah, our orientation was during Ramadan, which is we're Muslim, so we were fasting. We were fasting during that time.
Yeah.
And then we showed up to the breakfast,
And he was sitting on the table like two tables away from
and he was sitting there, and we were everyone else was eating, but we looked at each other and we weren't eating. And I looked at him, I was like,
You're Muslim. I know why you're not eating.
And then that's how it just started off.
yeah, he also had that lifeless look that most people fasting have.
You connected with that? You're a first year too, right? No, so you're a senior? Oh wow! No, I know she's here all the time. I just didn't realize she was a senior.
I'm a freshman or sophomore.
Oh, well, what are we gonna do without you?
You're graduating this year?
Yeah, I am. Damn.
Well, I'm sad that we just now found you. Tear. What's your favorite part of the Multicultural Center? The food? It's all good. We try to make sure.
Yeah, he has the advantage right now, though.
Yeah, he does.
If we could add one thing to the MC, what would it be? What do you think it needs? Candyland?
Oh, game. Oh, the game Candyland?
No, we
They
have
have
Clue.
Clue.
We have Clue.
I was gonna say, oh,
Clue's over there.
Candyland? Do you have Monopoly?
We have Monopoly. So you want more games? Oh no, you just want to turn this into like. All right. Besides the games, what else can we add to the Multicultural Center?
More field trips.
More field
How many
trips.
do you have?
Oh, yeah.
We did a.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we did. We used to do a program called Movies and Desserts, where we would go to movies.
What happened to that?
We
Remember what we did last time? We did the Get Out music.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had to reconfigure. We may bring that back next semester.
That was really good. I like
Yeah, good. What other things can we do to the Multicultural Center that you guys would like? You think it's good the way it is? All right. Well, we appreciate that. All right. All right. Well, don't forget this Halloween costume party. We really love Friday Dominoes. It's a chance for a lot of our students to interact with the Multicultural Center without actually there being a formalized program, and they love it too. Speaking of formalized programs, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that Trivia Bowl is coming up, November 30th at 6 p.m. in Smith Auditorium. Sign-ups are happening right now, and you want to sign up really soon. It's tinyurl.com/MCTriviaFA17. Don't miss it. This Tuesday is Halloween. One of my favorite holidays. And we're doing it up in the Multicultural Center with our first ever Spooktacular. We've got everything from face painting to trivia at 3:30. We of course have food because, as you heard, we like to feed people. At 1 o'clock though, we're going to talk about, is my costume inappropriate? And that's going to be a really interesting conversation. So stop by from 12 to 5. There's a costume contest and the judging happens at 2:30. So stop by. Lastly, Lead Week applications are open. Lead Week is a leadership opportunity during the winter intersession. It's from January 8th through the 12th in 2018. Sign up now. The link for Lead Week applications is tinyurl/leadweek2018. Now a word from one of the groups on campus.
Hey guys, it's Annie King from Love Your Melon. On November 7th, we will be outside of Kelly, and on November 8th, we'll be in the quad from 10 to 3, hosting a swab drive for pediatric cancer research. So come on down and add your name to the bone marrow and stem cell registry. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. Our next segment is MC Stories. We love to hear how people ended up here at Manhattan College and what their multicultural journey was. Today, we talk to Victoria Pacheco. Enjoy. Okay, today we have Victoria. Hi, Victoria.
Hello.
And we're going to talk to Victoria a little bit about her journey, her MC story.
MC as in like microphone, host, like an MC,
right.
master ceremony, or Manhattan College.
That's what I was trying to go with.
Multicultural MC.
I grew up in the hip hop age, so MC was mic checker, microphone checker, mic. And anyway, nobody knows all of that. All right, so Victoria, talk to us a little bit about how you grew up. What kind of when you were growing up, and as you were coming into young adulthood, What were the identities that you hold there that were prominent in your development?
Well, I was born in the Bronx, brought up in the Bronx, moved to Yonkers when I was young, but my family went to a church in the Bronx. And so basically it was like a very tight-knit Latino community. Went to church with a lot of Puerto Rican, Dominican, you know, just in terms of just religious people, very spiritual. I grew up in that. And as I grew up, you know, I decided to do my own spiritual journey, try to figure out my own life, my own lifestyle. And essentially with that, like a lot of Latinos come together during holidays and stuff. Everybody has like a large extended family. So we had that. Our Christmas and Thanksgivings would be all family and friends. And yeah, a lot of me growing up just consisted of close-knit family and friends, and I guess that helped me with like becoming such an extrovert and just enjoying being around people and all that.
So now the people listening can't tell, but you are Latino.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and what nationality do you?
Oh, my parents are Puerto Rican, and I grew up in the Bronx in a Puerto Rican community. I've been to Puerto Rico as long as I can remember, every single summer. I have extended family in Puerto Rico, so I spend a lot of my time there during the summer.
All right. So being Puerto Rican was a large part of how you grew up.
Yep.
Anything else that was prominent?
Well, especially in terms of like the religious part of my upbringing, it was hard with like coming to terms with my sexuality. I identify as homosexual. So there was that idea that I wouldn't be accepted in my family, and I'm not completely out to my parents because they're very religious, and I'm just afraid of like the cultural differences. But
and to this day, you're still not out to your parents?
Yeah, to this day. So it's gonna be a little hard coming to terms with that. And still, it wasn't until recently, it wasn't until my last year of high school that I actually like came out to my friends. And I just feel like it would be a little harder because since it's such a close-knit kind of religious community, I just don't know, like, in terms of my sexuality, how to like identify with them.
So with your parents, you know, not you thinking that they may not understand or believing that they may not understand, is it more rooted in their religion or more rooted in the Puerto Rican side of their identities?
As many would say, there's a lot of like old school mentality in that. So I feel like they just grew up in an era where it was unconventional, where people weren't completely out in like the 80s and 90s. That's when the LGBT movement started coming up more. So it's kind of just, I guess, the idea would be kind of unnatural to them.
Okay.
And also just religious, as they were also brought up. So I guess it'd be like a tough thing to come to terms with as well. So
you're going through high school and you were Puerto Rican and you've now come out to friends and family in high school. How do any of those identities guide your path to Manhattan College, if at all?
Manhattan College, as a small college, was not my first choice coming out of high school. However, it was a very close second. My first choice I decided was Fordham University, but as I thought about it, I saw that the community was a lot larger. And in Manhattan College, I noticed that during Accepted Students Day and orientation, a lot of people on campus like knew each other. A lot of people on campus would just act as like family almost. I would see like my orientation leaders talking to other orientation leaders like they were family. And I wanted that. I wanted to be more accepted and just understood.
And that's definitely one of the tenets of Manhattan College. And have you found that since you've been here?
Oh, definitely. Especially in my major, I know everybody in all of my classes. And especially going from freshman year into sophomore year, me as a sophomore, I recognized a lot of familiar faces into my sophomore year classes with my major as education. And it just helps because a lot of the classes we have like group work, so we hang out even outside of school, like outside of classwork, especially during the summer. So it just like kind of goes into that. Everything just transitions from classmates to just friends.
So here's the elephant in the room. Whenever you talk about a Catholic institution and you talk about any of our students who identify as LGBTQA, how are you able to be out and public with your sexuality in a Catholic institution, and what have you found? How have you found that experience to be here at Manhattan?
Another thing that brought me towards Manhattan was like the Lasallian principles, and I saw that. I remember Accepted Students Day when they started talking about that. It was all about community service and just a lot about social issues and social justice. So I knew that in a Catholic school it wouldn't be so much as strict religious, but like very accepting. And in terms of like the whole Lasallian mentality, I thought that, it would be a lot easier to like live in a community where everybody would find that and have that mentality.
And that's the great thing that I have found here at Manhattan College, that as long as you're willing to do the work, as long as you're willing to live by those 5 tenets, that it doesn't matter anything else. That's how they live, and that's just my testimony, and it sounds like that's kind of close to what you found as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So going forward, what are your plans for? And full disclosure, you work at the Multicultural Center, and one of your first experiences with me was walking into my office saying, "Hey, listen, I want a job."
Yeah.
But right after that, you immediately said that, "Hey, I'm interested in doing a lot of work with the LGBTQA community and seeing how the Multicultural Center can fold that in." What do you see as some of your future plans for that?
I plan on being a future educator. So with this, I think with working into these programs, educating a lot of people on LGBT issues, it would help because I want to be a high school teacher. So I'd like to help kids like me coming up in high school to really accept themselves and be who they are, not be afraid to express themselves and everything like that.
Cool. Well, this has been fun. And I would normally end it by saying I hope to see you and the MC, but you kind of work here.
Yeah, I do. So whether you like it or not, I'll still be here.
Right, exactly. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us,
Yeah,
Victoria.
No problem.
All right, and we will catch up with you later.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Victoria Pacheco. She's a student worker here at the Multicultural Center. We love her. Now on to our next segment, which is the Halo Project. This Halo Project looks at We Are All Multicultural. We ask people to put down their identities on a piece of paper that looks like a halo, hence the name of the project. This year, we are going to be posting all of the halos on our Instagram page, and you can follow us at MC Multicultural. Today, we have Rabia talking about her halo. Hey, so we're here with Rabia, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her halo. Now, Rabia, you did the halo when we did like the second, when we were downstairs by the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite place on campus.
I mean, I practically live there besides living here.
So, tell us a little bit about your halo. First, do you remember what you wrote first on your halo?
I do remember because I kept making jokes about how many times I was going to write coffee on my halo. And I believe, off my count, we've got it on there in terms of coffee, Starbucks, cafe, about 6 times. So we could add a couple in there.
Coffee's pretty important to you.
Probably my only lifeline. Single-handedly fueling my college education.
I can assure you that you're pretty much not alone. So, what other important things do you think that are on here?
Let's see. I think I put Pakistani because that's kind of my background, but I'm also American, born and raised in Brooklyn. So I put that on there as well because I'm way too
Brooklyn,
proud of that.
stand up.
Hey. I put Muslim because that's a big part of who I am and kind of just embracing that on campus. Poet because poetry is like my passion that I pursue on the side. Okay. I put feminist because that's a huge part of my beliefs.
So I'm gonna have to stop you right now because the people can't see this, but the biggest thing on your halo is not any of the stuff that you just mentioned.
I was getting to it.
What about that big thing right in the center?
So the biggest thing I put was weird because that pretty much sums up my entire life in a nutshell. I'm just kind of this weird mess that's always trying to figure out how things are going, and everyone's like, dude, why are you like this? Like, how are you living life like this? And I'm just like, and then right underneath it, I put my answer. I'm unapologetically me. And also, I'm incredibly sarcastic. That's what gets me through life.
And I can attest to that.
It's like my life mission to mess with Hayden.
But you know what's the really interesting thing is that the minute that we step out of what convention is and we become unapologetically us or me or you, that's when people start calling you weird. But like that's the goal that everybody has, right? Just to be themselves.
Just be themselves, and that's like the thing that we all have to embrace.
Okay, so anytime that somebody does a halo, one of the funniest things is that they get it all the way done, and then they go, "Oh crap! I can't believe that I forgot to put yada yada yada." Did that happen to you?
I think there were plenty of things that I left off just because I was like, not sure if this should go here. And now thinking back, it's been about a year, and I'm like, there are definitely things that can be on there that, such as like leader, kind of just a crazy mess, things like that. Where I'm like,
you're not a crazy mess. You're the president of MSA.
Yes.
So that's
very chaotic as a president.
Well, I mean, any presidency of a student group is going to be chaotic.
Definitely have. We've got that one covered. We elected me, and it was like, all right, crazy check. Got to get some normal people in here.
I bet. So it's interesting, and you just said this too. If you had to do this again, do you think that it would be drastically different, or do you think that there would be one or two things that change?
I think it would probably be the same thing. The two things that I would change is one, coffee is not on there enough times. Now that I count back, I'm like, there should have been at least 10. And two, my handwriting in this is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, well,
it could have been so much better.
Writing is becoming a lost art.
I definitely lost that one, 100%. Don't think I ever had it to begin with.
Okay. Well, Rabia, I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us. I would say that I'll see you in the Multicultural Center real soon, but I know that you'll never leave, so you're always there.
Forever be here. I'm part of the furniture now.
And we love you. It's all great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, definitely.
All righty. Well, we're done. Thank you for listening to the Frankencast again this week. A thank you to Rabia Ali, Vic Pacheco, Alex Nieves for another great interview, and all of you who are listening, and everybody who came through the Multicultural Center for our Friday Dominoes. We hope to see you next week, or we hope that you come back and listen to us next week. In the meantime, come check us out on Tuesday for our Halloween Spooktacular. It's going to be a blast. This has been the Frankencast. We'll see you next week.